Hello lovelies, hope you're all doing really well. It's Chanel from Substance Over Style and welcome to a new video. So I'm just on the street today and I'm just channeling some thoughts right now on the topic of rejection, and I want to talk about it now while I have the ideas in my mind. So I just got off a shoot. I was shooting for Marks and Spencer's today, shooting their footwear. And the reason why I want to talk about this now is because so, you know, you may or may not know that in addition to being a normal model, I also do hands, feet, legs, body parts type modelling. It's, you know, really good bread and butter type job to fill the gaps between sort of normal face and other kinds of mainstream modelling. So today I was shooting for Marks and Spencer's, showed up on set, and all the shoes are size 7. And I'm a 5.5, or I can wear a 5 or a 6. So they tried to make the best of you know, the situation. I tried on a couple of the size 7s. They were looking way too big, and then they shot me in 2 pairs of size 4 shoes, which kind of looked all right. But then for all the other size 7 shoes, they actually got a member of either the production team or they got somebody who works for Marks and Spencer's to shoot all the size 7s. So she's not a professional foot model, but she ended up shooting the rest of the shoes, and they let me go early. So I was only on set for about an hour. I had a lovely lunch with the team, got to meet the nail technician, who was really nice. Everybody was really lovely, and I still get paid. I still get paid my full fee, and I was only there for an hour. Awesome, right? Awesome. So, you know, I'm not going to be offended by the fact that my feet weren't the right size for them, because we do not attach a negative value judgment to the idea of having small feet. So I don't feel rejected. Now let's compare it to another situation that happened to me last week, and I did want to actually talk about this when it happened, but I kind of felt a little bit vulnerable about it. But it was a very similar situation, but I was feeling very different when I walked away from it. So I was booked to shoot the Lancome campaign with Mert and Marcus. If you're not familiar with those two names, they are two of the biggest names in fashion photography. They're like a photography duo, big names in the industry, and I was really excited to shoot with them. Was kind of like a bit of a career highlight. So I got there and they wanted to shoot swatches for their makeup campaign on different skin tones. So there was me and 2 other girls. There was one white model, one black model, and then I'm the sort of medium brown skin tone. So they had us all, like, they prepped our legs. It was a leg shoot, right? So they prepped our legs, put makeup on, you know, made our legs look nice and even skin toned. And then we went downstairs to go and meet Mert and Marcus. And they were just kind of like having us stand next to each other, looking at our legs, seeing how they look next to each other. And then they sent us back up to the fitting room. Now we're just waiting, and about half an hour later, after we've met them, one of the production people comes into the dressing room and just says, "Sandal, I'm gonna release you. Like, we don't need to shoot with you." And everyone was kind of like, "Let her go." And she was like, "Yeah, just because, sorry, like, your legs are just not quite the right shape for us." Now, I understand where they were coming from, because, sorry, I hope you can hear me over that din. Because the white model was about 3 inches taller than me. The black model was 5 inches taller than me. I was the shortest girl there. And they all wanted us kind of crossing our legs and looking very sort of like same-ish, even though we have different skin tones. They wanted our legs looking similar. And I totally get that. That's their aesthetic. That's the vision that they have. They wanted diversity in skin tone, but not diversity in size. So I get it. But at the same time, it was still a little bit... It's a little bit embarrassing. I felt a little bit bad about it, but because I've been working in this industry now for 14 years, and I have had things like that happen before, especially when you're working at that level, like huge campaigns like that, and with massive photographers like that, they can be very particular, and it does happen that models get sent home sometimes if they're not suitable, and you have to learn not to take it personally. But it's the same situation that I get sent home from Marks and Spencer's because my feet are too small, and I got sent home from Lancome because my legs aren't the right shape. But one of them upset me, not a lot, just a little bit, but the other one didn't, because we have these socially conditioned ideas of what is beauty, what is good, what is right, what is acceptable. And for those, like, my message with this is, do not take rejection personally, because just because somebody has a certain idea in their mind of what they want, and it could be something in business, it could be a job, it could be even in a relationship. Just because somebody rejects you doesn't mean that you're not good enough. You just weren't the right fit for them, and that's don't make it into a story. Don't attach any meaning to it, because if I had been on that shoot on my own and they were shooting all of us separately, it would have been completely fine. Like, they would have shot me, it would have been normal. Like, they would have, maybe if they wanted all the legs to look the same, they would have just retouched them to look the same. So you gotta learn to not take rejection personally, because if you want to really win at life and you want to operate at this level instead of at this level, if you're not being rejected, you are not putting yourself out there enough. Like, success is a game of numbers, and anybody who's in sales, and modeling is no different, because we generally have to go to put ourselves up for loads of jobs before we get one booking. So generally, I'm just going to move away from this gardener. So generally, to book one job, I have to go to about 10 different castings on average to book one job. So each rejection gets you closer to that acceptance that then becomes the foundation of your experience, your professional experience, your CV, or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve in your life. You have to put yourself out there, and you have to face rejection. If you're not facing rejection and you're not dealing with rejection, then you're not putting yourself out there, and you're ultimately never going to be successful. So just learn to take it on the chin. Don't take it personally, and just keep putting yourself out there. So yeah, that's my message for today, and I'll love you and leave you all, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.
You've introduced LSD, and unless you've taken some other drug, like for instance like marijuana or something, well, you know, it's an altogether new thing, and you actually can have a religious experience